Howdy folks, welcome back to my 20 Mile Arc, and today we're going to fly the Australian Outback in the FREEWARE Robin. And what's funny about this is the ambient sounds of all the traffic and everything is quite opposite the environment we're in right now. We are in such a desolate area, but it sounds like we're in a city, but that's part of the aircraft. I'm not sure if you can turn that off, maybe you can. Australian Outback, we have flown Australia before. We did Ayers Rock years ago in the Stinson, whatever that thing is called, in X-Plane 10. But we're going to fly, again, Australian Outback. The reason why is because my wife and I were watching the Outback Truckers show on Netflix. And it made me think, hey, I should fly in the Outback. We don't watch this show anymore. 3 episodes was enough. It was like the same thing over and over again. It's like these truckers driving in desolate areas in the rainy season. And I'm like, you know what? One episode, like a documentary, would have been enough. So we don't watch it anymore, but I still want to do this flight. So I've been looking for this for a couple weeks now. So we are at Birdsville Airport, which I did some research because I like to research our destination and departure. Birdsville, there is an airplane show, an air show where people fly their little airplanes and hang out for a while. And if you want to Google that, you can get more detail on what that's all about. But that's pretty cool. So we're going to fly from Birdsville, and we're going to fly to Bedourie. Is that how you say that? Bedourie. It's 102 nautical miles away, straight line flying, completely VFR. We're just going to throw the destination in the map in the G1000, which I have to relearn how to use every time. It's not difficult to use a G1000. It's just I only see it when I see this aircraft. So I have to relearn it every time. And I do learn it by the end of a flight, and then I forget it by the next flight. So that's what we're going to do, throw the destination in, but it's going to be visual, VFR all the way there, visual landing, things like that. Notice the windsock is down. That's because real-world weather right now is not suitable for flying. It's 32 knot winds plus gusts right now in Birdsville, Australia, so we are not going to use real-world weather. In fact, I just turned all the clouds off. We have the Cirrus layer up there, but that's it. So just going to be checking out the Outback terrain in the simulator. And I think that takes care of it. Let me see. Yeah, let's hop inside and get this thing fired up. So first thing we're going to do is close the canopy. And when the canopy closes, I believe that closes the baggage door as well. If we spin around here super fast. Yeah, it does. Okay. Next, parking brake set. Not sure where the parking brake is in this thing. I think it's down here. Yep, there it is in the middle. Battery on. Battery on the left there. Alternator on. That's under the magic switch, I guess. Up. There we go. Close the switch. Cover. ELT on to test, and then arm. Is that this thing? No, that's engine master. Where's ELT in this thing? It's not this. I don't hear any sounds. I think I turned the wrong sounds off when I was messing with these things. Oh well, that's supposed to make a sound. We'll figure it out. Strobe light. Where's the strobe flash? Over here. There we go. Check the fuel levels. We're going to do weight and balance. So we have... What do we have? 102 nautical miles. That's going to be around an hour, a little more than an hour flight time. Let's go 2 hours of fuel though, just like so. 8:05 local time AM. There we go. What else are we going to do here? Alt air closed. It is. Auxiliary tank closed. It is. Fuel switch on. I think that's down here. There we go. Fuel pump on. That's this. Okay. I turned off the wrong sounds because this is... There it is. Okay, so that's airplane sounds. That means our test should have worked then. There we go. Okay, what's this sound do? Is that master sound? Okay, so this is master. Throttles to idle. Oh, I should have a throttle one. There we go. Master engine switch on. There we go. Wait for preheating light to turn off. Good thing I can edit this part out. It can take a while. Oh, that was fast. Okay. Start engine. There we go. Took a couple tries. Check RPMs at 890 at idle, and they are. Make sure the alt and FADEC lights go out. And they are. Pitot heat. That over here. Pitot heat. Fuel pump off. There we go. After engine start, avionics. You're here. Oh, up, please. Thank you. Flight plan in the GPS, or in the G1000. Okay, so. Oh, let's see if I can remember how to do this. Again, it's not difficult. It's just remembering the similar and yet different nuances. Okay, flight plan. There we go. Do we want to push? There we go. And then next one. Awesome. So we want to go. No, wait. That's Rush. That's Alaska. Hang on. Let's do flight plan in menu. Delete flight plan. Here we go. Doesn't the mouse wheel work? Okay, now the mouse wheel works after 20 tries. Okay, so YBDV. All right, so we're starting. Is it the big one? Yes. And then the little one? Yes. All right, so Yankee Bravo Indigo Echo. It's so nice having a new mouse. There we go. Australia. Enter airport. We actually want to go to the airport. There we go. I'm done. There we go. And direct. I want to hit direct again because I like to hit direct. This is my favorite button for some reason. Direct. There we go. Activate. Boom. All right. Distance 93.3 nautical miles. Altitude doesn't tell me. Do I put that in there? I don't know what it is. I'd have to look it up. You're supposed to tell me. You're supposed to tell me how high it is. Oh, anyway, let's read the flight plan. Doesn't this have VNAV? It must. I just don't know how to use it. And yes, I know I'm very much underutilizing this G1000, but I like old school stuff. Although, once, why does that move my other plane? However, when the FlyJ Sim Q4 XP arrives, I'm going to have to learn how to do an FMS and all that good stuff. But we'll worry about that when the time comes. So, flight plan in the GPS, yes. Then you can do like range here, right? Like zoom in, zoom out. And then if you push this button, then it zooms out. There we go. Well, that's zooming in, I think. Then you can like page up and page down. Or pan, I guess is calling it. I guess we're panning anyway. We're not zooming. This is zoom in and zoom out. There we go. No, that's just panning. Maybe if we hit this, we can zoom out. I don't know. Who knows? I just know pushing the button does something. Push to pan. Yeah, I know. Right. Now it's zooming. Whatever. You get the idea. Seems to work better last time, but I'm really wasting time. Okay, let's not worry about this. We're just going to follow the purple line. I think this autopilot actually works. Not sure. We'll find that out too. All right, flight plan. Next, radios. We don't have any radios to tune. Barometer, altimeter, 299 Can I click on this one? Yes, no, that just pops it out. Barometer is the outside, it says. So spin the outside, please. It's not spinning. No, I don't. Do I push? This is barometer outside. There we go. I was on the inside. 299 because no weather. Alrighty, let's see. Let's think the gyros. You don't need to in this one, but I always tell it to anyway. Taxi lights, which is the right switch. Someone told me. Thank you very much. These are taxi lights, I was told. And then landing lights are on the left. Nav lights. That should be up here. Nav lights. There we go. Flaps down one notch. Begin taxi. Flaps are down one notch, and let's begin taxi. So we are just going to just go to that runway right there because there's no wind. So let's go back to taxi view. I already reset my rudder pedals. Yes, I did. Let's actually back up a little bit and call that our taxi view. And to get ourselves comfortable, let go of the parking brake. and start our taxi. I think it's runway 22 or something like that. So far so good. Easy on the rudders. Anything to see while we look around? No, it's pretty cliche Outback. Yeah, one road going by and an airport, and that's about it. And I still have those micro stutters going on because I forgot to look into that between my previous flights and tonight's flight. Alright, as we pull out onto the runway, let's get our landing lights on and the taxi lights off. Whoop! I was trying to taxi without looking out the window and we almost went in the sand. Alright, so let's see here. Flaps down 1 notch. Yes, they are. We're not going to do a FADEC check today. I guess we do a FADEC check. Sure, let's do that. And a few more things to do, and then we'll take off. So, oh, it's 32, not 22. So let's just spin around here. We got plenty of room. Wee, hang on. You didn't know you were in for an amusement park ride, did ya? Alright, here we go. Very easy with rudder pedals. Now let's stop right here. And parking brake is set. Okay, so we'll do a FADEC check because it's fun. You just hold this button. And everything should run up on its own. And then you let go. You do that for however amount of time, whatever. Landing lights on, they already are. Fuel pump on. Trim set. Let's see, it's set for cruise. There's actually no, wait a sec, where's it? That's not the trim. Where's the trim on this thing? Is it up on the G1000? I can't remember. We're not going to waste your time. I know it's in here somewhere. Oh, there it is, way up here. Oh, you can't see my mouse. Trim is set for takeoff already. Okay, good. Let's do the right of the compass. Flaps down 1 notch with the green light. I think we're ready to go. Let's start the clock. Does this have a clock in the G1000? This is very similar to the CDI. I'm playing around now. GPS, there we go. Very similar to the glass cockpit in the Eclipse, but that I know very well. This I don't know quite so well. I don't know if there's a clock in here. Local time 8:15. Let's just look at the clock. 8:15. Taking off at 8:15. Here we go. Release the parking brake. Full steam ahead, Captain. On those rudder pedals. I'm finally getting used to them. That did not want to take off, did it? It started like it's going to stall. Rudder pedals. Why are we having a hard time going? Did I do something wrong? Or is that just how this thing runs? That was strange. Making me nervous? Sounds terrible. Anyway, we can lift off now. Fixed gear. Stepping on the brake. Flaps coming in. Alright, there we go. Let's have a look outside. Just to see how pretty this thing looks. Look at that. Look. Why did it sound like we were going to stall out? There must be something wrong with my airplane. I don't know it. Huh. I don't know. Sounds really scary. Not sure what that is all about. Not going very fast, are we? Is there an engine display on here somewhere? There must be. Let's see. Oh wait, we have a display on this side though. RPMs are way below what they could be. What's broken in my airplane? That's scary. Well, I'm going to fly towards the purple line so we can get there as soon as possible. It's going to take us a while because we have a broken airplane apparently. I'm using the HSI in front of me on the glass cockpit right here to line us up with the purple line. So what we're going to do is we're going to fly towards it a little bit and then try to climb as steeply as we can while we maintain our airspeed at 81 whopping knots, I guess. We're at 1,000 feet. I guess we're going to go about like 4,000 feet maybe. This is very interesting. But so far so good. Whoop, don't turn on me. Alright, the purple line is getting closer. Once the purple line gets to us, whoop, we will turn in the direction of the purple arrow. All about purple. Let's see here. What can we look at though while we're waiting? Oh, this is awesome. I don't know why our airplane is broken. I did something wrong. I've flown this thing. How many times have I flown this? 6, 7 times. We've never had a problem. So I either did something wrong or this is just a failure of some type. You know how that, you can have random failures. So I don't know if I did something wrong or if I have a failure. Oh, anyway, let's keep going along. Cruise. 100% throttle, fuel pumps off, landing lights off. So let's come down here to the fuel pump off. And the landing lights off. There we go. I must say though, if we crash, if we crash, we do not want to be crashing in the outback of Australia, because there is nothing out here except a bunch of mean kangaroos and some other big things. I don't know. Do they have wild cows or something? They have something else that's slightly unusual. Alrighty, so I could learn the G1000, I guess. Or I could try to set up autopilot. Maybe. But we're definitely going to do some sightseeing. Let me just still hand fly a little bit. Man, we might not make 4,000 feet. We might have to hang out at 3,000 feet. That'll be okay too. We're almost on our purple line. And then we'll straighten out here. Alright, let's see if this autopilot works. Let's do... Oh yeah, it took over for me, didn't it? Nope. Nav. Autopilot. Okay, now autopilot is there. We'll hit Alt at, let's say this 3,200 feet. So there is 3,200 now. There we go. 3,200 feet. It's going to follow GPS. We're using autopilot, which is the first time we've used autopilot in this aircraft. So we're just going to stick with it. I really don't understand why we have a bad airplane though. Oh well. I did something wrong. Not sure what it was. But I'm going to check my failures super fast. Well, we have no failures at all. And we still have an engine problem. So we're just going to hope for the best. So anyway, let's see here. Let me see if I can figure out this thing. I can't believe I'm having a hard time remembering. It's not that hard to figure out. Let's see here. Whoop, there it was. Hang on, come back. There's your destination. So it looks like because we don't have weather to worry about, we'll just pick a runway based on what we see. But I swear you can zoom in and out of this thing. There we go. Huh. Now it's working. So you have to push it, and then you have to get the little arrow thing. What if we are in pan mode? Can we still use the arrow to zoom out? We can. See, now it's working just fine. Okay, good. Well, that's cool. Let's zoom all the way out so we can see what's going on here. So there's that. Weather does show up if we had weather, but we don't. Communication stuff, yeah, that's whatever. That's all normal stuff. Let's go over here. So autopilot is working, although I don't know how you would have set the altitude ahead of time. Alt? Oh, I guess you would use that. Okay. That's to kind of creep up and down. Yeah. Okay, that's to creep your altitude up and down. So you would have set it like that and then hit Alt. Perhaps. Not sure. Nose up, nose down. Okay, now it's all making sense. So I think we are ready for some sightseeing in case we crash. Because I don't know what's wrong with our engine. Let's have some sightseeing now. Catching a little bit. 100 and... What was it? 100 and some many... How many miles we have left? I don't know where it was. Where is it? Where's our distance? We got 41-minute flight time. Alright, due to our faulty airplane, we are not going to make it all the way to Bedourie Airport. Instead, we are going to go to that airport you see on top of the map, Glengyle Airport, which is also in Bedourie, I guess. But it's Glengyle. What is that? Yankee Golf Lima Echo. Elevation 91 feet. Hold it up on my phone. So now we know where we're going. That's where we're going to go. But, otherwise, we're not making much good progress here. 117 knots ground speed, which is fine. But, this engine is getting worse. And, in fact, one spot during sightseeing, I thought it was going to crash. So, it's not doing too well. So I think what we'll do is we will adjust our course using the heading bug and go right between those lakes. So how do I do this? So I figured out the map, by the way. If you push it, it centers on you, which you already are. So let me just show you something here. If you push the center, it centers on you. And of course you can pan around, but you gotta push it a second time. And then the ring will zoom in and zoom out. So pretty obvious now, but when you don't know it, it can be kind of a challenge. So let's just pan around here and get ready to go there. We'll zoom in as we get there. Now, how do we get the heading bug? So, course, push course center. Okay. Now, how do I... No, see, I don't want to move the course thing. I want to move the heading bug, which is it down here? Let's see, where is it? Oh, maybe over here. Push to sync. There we go. Now we want to go to the right a little bit. And now let's change autopilot to heading. There we go. Look out the window. And there are the lakes right in front of our nose. I can already see we want to go to the right a little bit more, I think. Let's look at the map and see where we're going to head. Yeah, we want to go a little bit more to the right. So come over here. Let's move this a little bit more to the right, a few degrees. There we go. So I just wanted to tell you our updated plan. So we're 3,200 feet, about 100 feet or so is airport elevation, destination elevation. We don't have to worry about the barometer because weather's not turned on. So we just have to come down 3,100 feet or so, and that's it. So wait till we get to the water before we do that. So a little bit more sightseeing, and then I'll catch you before we come in for a landing. If the airplane lasts that long. If we crash land, obviously I'll cut back to watch the spectacular crash, if there is one. I think it's hilarious that as the plane just flew by in the flyby view that it sounded like a little dirt bike or something. That's hilarious. So we're almost at this water. I need to look up the names of these three little lakes. In fact, I can do that right now as we fly over them. Alright, so on the left we have Lake, what does that say? Mipia, Lake Mipia. And then to the right we have Lake Kuluvu. And then the huge lake is Lake Machete. Machete. So there we go. And we're just going to aim right for this little dirt strip, which, if I zoom in on the map on my phone, doesn't even exist. So we're going to hope for the best. I did put in the GPS. So we are there. And we are heading there. Let's see, let's zoom in on this side. Yeah, zoom in on that side. Pan around a little bit. And I realized if you hit flight plan, you can see the distance to the next waypoint, 11.2 nautical miles, 11.1. Do I see 11.0? All right. Sure feels longer than that, though. Let's go like that. Let's move this over. Whoop, I did not mean to zoom in more. I meant to move over one. There we go. Okay. We're just going to go for this strip. It's only 10 miles out. Let's see if we can see it with the binoculars. There it is, right in front of us, as it should be. I think what we'll do is swing to the right a little bit, aim for that white sand, and then use that to make an approach, and hopefully we'll land. What do we need to do? I guess we can get our approach out. Let's see here. And then your lights on. We can probably do that. And I put left switch, fuel pump on. Yeah, let's turn it on. Altimeter, barometer, doesn't matter. Okay, so flaps 92 and 81. Final approach at 65, landing at 63. So let's just 65 and 63. And that is it for the approach checklist. The rest will be landing checklist. Simple as that. I don't know why our distance doesn't show up on top of this thing. Not sure why, but we can go here, 8.7. Alright, let's keep an eye out for this airport. We'll aim for that white stuff, like I said. And I'll catch it when we're about to land. Alright, 3 quick shots of the lakes. Now let's turn off autopilot, turn off the flight director, kill the throttle, although I have a feeling I might actually stall the plane at this point, and come down steeply and land. So what were we looking at for flaps? We were looking at 92, 81, final approach 65, 63. 92, 81, 65. Yeah, we're descending so quickly it's mad at us. I guess we could have circled around and spiraled it down, but this is a lot more interesting, and we have an engine that's about to blow, so we want to get to the ground as quickly as possible, except I don't think we're going to be able to do this without spiraling. Alright, let's do a spiral. See how our descent rate is in yellow. Let's careful with that. Let's not get into flap territory yet though, so let's introduce throttle that barely works. No, we want to descend. We just don't want to get into flap territory. When we swing around, we'll hit the heading bug thing, so we get the direction of the orientation of the runway. Because we're gonna have to spiral around again. Pitch down for speed because we want to stay above flap range. And if we need to smoothen our descent, we'll give some throttle. And where is that runway? I'm getting really nauseous right now. Where is the runway? 1300. Alright, runway should be coming up. There we go. We are going to hit heading bug right about now. So we get the direction of the runway. The terrain on the map is freaking out because we're so low. Let's center ourselves and zoom in a lot there. Not that much. And keep an eye on everything. Just keep an eye on our altitude, which is 1100. Our speed, we want to stay just above flap range. Let's go straight this way and get a little more distance because I think we're really close to that runway. Yeah. Yep. So let's give ourselves some more distance here. Stay out of flap range. So nose down to speed up, so we stay out of flap range. Throttle, so we descend at 500 and keep it there. We'll fly out till we get to about 500 or so, and then we'll turn around, I think. Alright, we're going to turn back before I said we would, but that's because I want to get there. So let's start slowing down everything. Keep descending. Now we can get into flap territory here. I think it was like 92 or something I said. Let's level off until we actually see the runway, but at least we can aim. First set of flaps down, there's a runway. We'll aim for that white stuff. And then 85 for second flaps. Approach at 65, touchdown at 63. So let's see, we're at 780. Let's get down to 500. We know where the runway is. Keep our speed a little bit here. We won't slow down until we get to final. If this engine even keeps running, goodness gracious. Still descending a little bit. Almost looks like there's a UFO on the other end of that runway. Alright, 69. Let's go down to our final approach speed at 65. So we'll nose up for the speed, but we want to keep descending, so we'll bring throttles back. And if we do it together, you shouldn't even notice. There we go, slowing down. There is 66, and there is 65 for final approach speed. That runway is at 191 feet. We are at 440, so let's throttle back to descend. And then, whoop, no, we want to stay about 65 because final touchdown is 63. We're 200 feet above the runway. The topography is bright red because we're about to land. There's our final touchdown speed, so let's not go any slower. We're still 200 feet above if it's right. I have a feeling this isn't going to match real life. Real life said 91. Alright, so here we go. Let's come over the threshold and throttles back. And just coast all the way down. Slight flare. There we go. Soft landing. So we're going to keep the nose up as long as possible. Let it come down on its own. My yoke is all the way back. Keep weight off that nose wheel. Flaps coming in. Alrighty, here we go. Yeah, this isn't. So what did I say? Real life, it says it's 91 feet. The simulator's 280. Oh, we can't even get going. There's not even enough throttle to get off the dirt. That's really funny. We're stuck. We're literally stuck. There's not enough throttle. Our plane is so broken. We're wide open now. And we can't even get off the dirt. Oh, let's try to get off the runway at least. This is crazy. I don't think I missed anything. I mean, this is the same checklist I've used since this plane was released. I don't know what's going on here. So crazy. Anyway, let's do taxi lights, turn off the landing lights, turn off the fuel pump. Alt air maybe? No. I really have no idea what's going on with this thing. Did I do something wrong with the FADEC test? Coolant level. Coolant. I did something wrong. I had to have. I don't know. This, like I said, this is the same checklist I've always used, and we've always had success. I mean, this is fun that we have a broken plane, but and we had to do an alternate airport. That's cool, but I don't know why. You know, let's just try to get off this runway. I don't think we can. I think we gotta call it a day because our oil is all the way up. Our coolant is near the red. Everything's in the red. I'm just waiting for it to blow up, literally like blow up at this point as we try to get off this runway. This is stupid. All right, let's call it quits right here. Come down here and set the parking brake. How do we shut this thing down? Oh, flight time. I forgot what the original start time was. So ending about 8:56 when we landed. I think it was 8:15, right? So that's almost a 45-minute flight. Not too bad. We didn't end up where we were going for, but hey, we made it. All right, let's shut it down. So what do we need to do? Parking brake, yes. Taxi lights come off. Yes. Nav lights off. Flashlights off. I don't have pitot heat turned off on here, or do I? Nope. I better. Oh, that's because when you land, you're supposed to turn it off when you do your. Oh, sorry. So pump comes off, pitot heat comes off, flaps come up at the same time. Okay, I missed that. Alrighty, let's back to here. Avionics can come off. It says the key can come off. Why is it still running? Why is it still running? Master engine switch off. There we go. Alternator off. That's this one. And battery off. And open the canopy. And again. So you can hear the ambient sounds going up and down as I spin it. But the outside sounds are always there, I guess. Okay, I swore you could turn the outside sounds off. Anyway, let's get out before this thing explodes on us. Goodness. So that's kind of fun. How come the baggage door did? Yeah, it is. There's baggage door open back there. So that's kind of a fun flight, I guess, right? He had to use an alternate airport. Our plane was broken. I don't know why it was broken, though. If I knew why it was broken, that'd be different. And look how teeny, teeny, tiny that airplane is on this runway. That's crazy. And the sim was wrong. It said 280 feet. Real life, when I looked up, was 91. So that was kind of deceiving. But anyway, what an enjoyable flight. I hope you enjoyed it as well. Welcome to the outback of Australia. Hopefully there are enough resources around so we can survive this, because we are in a dangerous part of the world. But anyway, hopefully you enjoyed the flight. I certainly did. If you are a regular subscriber, thank you for continuing support. If you found me by accident, please like, please subscribe, please share with your friends. Coming up next, we're going to test my gaming rig. We're going to go, the next 2 flights actually, we're going to go to some very, very densely populated areas that are not New York City and not Los Angeles, with full detail, everything cranked up in the sim. We'll see if I can handle everything cranked in populated cities or dense cities, urban areas in 1440. You'll find out how that's going to go, and I'll find out how that's going to go. See you on the next one.